It was awesome, because you kind of touched on, you're like, okay, finally I'm off this like 8-hour flight. Oh, we're in Norway now.
I was thrilled when we received an email with the opportunity in the new curriculum to think about how we engage first years in global education.
Like when this program came up, I was like, I have to make it happen.
I'm just really excited to see the difference in culture there.
At home, I probably would never be able to do this, but Luther gave me a scholarship to pay for some of it, just having that ability to be able to do it.
I'm a big-time cross-country skier. Where else do you go but Norway for that? So having the chance to actually ski in Norway would be just a crazy opportunity.
Knowing that they're preparing us, they're looking over what we have packed in our suitcase, they're telling us what to put in our carry-on, they're telling us how everything will go, I think it has eased a lot of the anxiety.
And thinking about the themes that President Ward is setting out about Luther as a place that is grounded and global. And so how could we use first-year J-term experiences with travel to help them ground themselves in the identity and the place of Decorah, of Luther College, of the Vesterheim Museum, and take what we can learn here in this place and take it abroad.
Crazy. It was the time change, it was a 7-hour difference, so it was like my whole world just got flipped upside down. You could see as we got away from like the metropolitan areas that it was more community-based. We did some Sami heritage things, so we made like fish soup and bread, and we went Arctic fishing, and we really just saw like there was a big sense of community in those areas that have valued the traditions and preserved them over time.
I took a couple videos for friends and family back home, and when I got home, the first thing they said was that they watched that video on repeat because there was this just like look of joy on my face for the entire video, regardless of how cold it was, regardless of what was going on around me. It's just hard to not be in joy when you're doing stuff like that.
Just traveling helps you like become more aware of yourself and, you know, appreciate a lot of things happening around you.
You want to learn this in a classroom, like to be hands-on and doing it and actually seeing it. It's just amazing, and you just get to learn so much, and I want to be able to do this like on my own. This trip actually like is convincing me to maybe do Nordic studies, so if I get to go again to Norway, that would be really cool.
I think this trip in particular sort of forced all of us to think a lot about like the bigger picture of life and what we want to do with our lives. I think it made me think a lot about like where do I want to go from here, and that's the whole story of college, I suppose, that you know you're trying to figure out what you want to do. But I think this trip sort of pushed me in the direction of like I want to help people. And
as a first-year student, I don't see any other way to better set yourself up for the next 3.5, 4 years than to go see the world and see why it matters, why your education is going to matter, why what you study matters, why who you are, the values, the norms, the beliefs that you carry will have an impact on the way that the world is shaped. So go for it.